Candidates for State Senator, District 27. Rebecca Rios, Party Democratic. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, http://riosforarizona.com. Arizona has been home to me and my family for 5 generations. I am committed to working hard to see Arizona thrive and to leave it a better state for my family and yours. As the AZ House of Representatives Democratic leader, I lead the fight for increased funding for Arizona's school teachers and students. I secured $10 million for opioid addiction treatment for the uninsured, led the fight against special interest tax breaks, voted to protect kids' care, worker rights, women's access to health care, and in-state tuition for DACA students. I fought against dark money buying our elections, voter suppression, and discriminatory legislation aimed at LGBTQ and immigrant communities. My strong record of legislative experience and leadership has earned me endorsements by teachers, labor, firefighters, nurses, women's groups, public safety, child advocates, human rights, and environmental groups. They know I will continue to be an outspoken fighter for a better quality of life for all Arizonans. I have been honored to represent the families and communities of LD 27. I will continue to work with integrity and determination, speaking out and taking the lead on issues that impact our communities. I would be honored to have your vote. Garland Shreves, Party Republican. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, garlandaz.com. Fairness, caring, and kindness matter. Please vote for me because I want to create opportunities for those who live in our district, regardless of labels, economic status, or backgrounds. I am a true Arizonian, born and raised on the South Side in a multicultural home. Rios has shown poor leadership, motioning and voting to end the Senate session on May 26th. This hurt small businesses, families with childcare needs, and failed to sponsor legislation to help with the COVID-19 pandemic. I will never vote to end the Senate session when our community and state is in a crisis. I will never support defunding the police when thousands of homes, cars, businesses, and people have been assaulted or murdered in our district. I support school choice, charter schools, homeschooling, driving your kids to another district, and will protect your right to send your child to the school you choose. My opponent does not support school choice. Criminal justice reform, homelessness, animal cruelty, and reducing the cost of college education are important. When elected, I will sponsor legislation limiting any future governor's emergency powers, regardless of political party, without concurrence of the House and Senate. Learn more at www.garlandaz.com. Read Social Justice Pledge.
Candidates for State Representative, District 27. Reginald Boulding. Party, Democratic. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, www.reginaldboulding.com. State Representative Reginald Boulding was elected by our community, South Phoenix, Laveen, Tempe, Guadalupe, in 2014, 2016, and 2018. Boulding was also elected to serve in Democratic leadership by his colleagues and now serves as the House Democratic Whip. Growing up in poverty as a child, Reginald was inspired to make a change to provide better opportunities for our youth. He turned down a full-ride law scholarship to become a teacher in South Phoenix. There, he helped his students make tremendous growth in the classroom. He currently uses this experience to fight for our kids at the legislature as the ranking member of the House Education Committee. At the Capitol, Boulding has been one of the most vocal and successful Democratic legislators, passing bills that affect our community. Reginald is the sponsor of a law that provides free state IDs for all homeless veterans. He believes in healthcare access and has sponsored legislation that lowers the cost of medication for seniors. He has led the fight against predatory lenders, voter suppression, and bailout tax cuts for irresponsible corporations. With that said, Reginald's biggest accomplishment is being a husband and father of 2 little girls. Vote for experience and leadership. Vote for Reginald Boulding.
Tatiana Peña M. Party, Republican. Campaign funding, participating. Website, TatianaPeña4AZ.com. I am running clean because our district deserves a voice focused on you and independent of special interests. As a Latina American born to immigrant parents, raised in the South Side, I am a teacher, mariachi, community organizer, mother, and wife. Being educated in South Phoenix, Tempe, and Guadalupe, I now hold a master's in public administration from GCU and a bachelor's in multilingual and multicultural education from ASU. Since beginning my career in the South Side, I have taught nationally and internationally at public, private, and charter schools, advocating at our state capitol for criminal justice reform. I saw firsthand our incumbents decline to pass this meaningful legislation they tell us they support. Rather than consider themselves essential workers, they ended the legislative session early, yet ironically proceeded to campaign fearlessly. I will give the South Side voice in the House majority, fulfill promises, and be your essential worker. I will fight for and actually pass prison reform focused on rehabilitation and family reunification. I will strengthen community trust in law enforcement and make our neighborhoods safer. I will fight for educational equality through expanding school choice. I am pro-life and will give our children the opportunities and the protection they deserve.
Diego Rodriguez. Party, Democratic. Campaign funding, traditional. Website, www.diegorodriguez.vote. I am proud of my record during my first term in the State House of Representatives. I have kept my promise to fight for our working families and supported full funding for our public schools, access to affordable health care, good paying jobs, and real criminal justice reform. I have faced many challenges during my first term in office, and I have done my best to make sure my constituents know that I am available to help them whenever they need me. I have done my best to ensure my constituents know I will do the work necessary to help improve their lives. I have done my best to send a clear message to everyone that the people of LD 27 have a fighter in their corner and we will not be ignored or overlooked. I have done my best to carry our community's values into the hallways, committee hearing rooms, and onto the floor of the Arizona House of Representatives. I humbly ask that you give me your permission to keep working on your behalf and that you re-elect me as your state representative.